Hello, Bitcoin. It is I, Anonymity, BT, here with another profile. Yay! Today, guys, we have, I guess it's Dicekey? Dicemite, or just dice in general. I can't really, per se, what this is, but I guess if you would say majority of the deck would be Dicekey and Dicemite, so it's a Dicekey deck. Yeah. Anyways, the entire idea behind this deck is simply getting out high defense monsters while also rolling die and getting big numbers with luck. That's basically it. So of course this deck is mixed in with a few different things. We have of course the Dicemite, which are primarily dice support cards, which all of them don't have die roll effects, but support cards that do have die roll effects. And then we do have our light fairy monsters, which are going to be our main dice win conditions. Along with that, we do have the deities of 7 treasures, which are going to be level 7s that support the level 7 fairies. Anyway, let's get into it. First, we have the main win condition of the deck, Dicemite Girl Lapse. Send top 2 cards of your deck to the grave, roll 6-sided die twice, and apply the appropriate effect based on the result. So if you would roll 7 or 11 as your total, place 1 card to your opponent's field to the bottom of the deck, which is the most likely outcome. 2, 3, or 12, you change the bottom position of 1 monster in the field. Any other, you gain attack equal to the result times 200. Yay. So this is going to be your main wing addition. Drop her, you get big numbers, or you place a card from the field grave. It also has 2700 defense, allowing you to summon it off, or summoning Ryozai off it by having it engrave. 2 copies of Dice Archangel. Roll 6-sided die. Till on the turn, all face-up monsters gain attack equal to number equal to the result times 100, or 200 if you have Dice Graceful Die Engrave. So this is going to apply to everything. You can sack it off again and resummon it with Dice Key Ribbon to get a second roll. 1 Dice Archswordsman. Basically, if you're in a good position, you have like a Dice Archangel on board, you can roll, give them some additional stat points, and then, go in for an impossible OTK if you roll high enough, which is roll 6-sided die. This card can attack any number of times equal to the number of the result. If it was 3 or lower, draw a card. 1 copy of Deidai. If you have a monster with 2700 defense, which is going to be Lapse or Ryozai, in your grave, or Ship of 7 treasures, you can summon it from hand. Send top 2 cards to the grave. Make 1 face-up monster lose 700 attack and defense to the end turn. So basically, you're playing a lot of high levels, and you just want to be playing the level 7s that summon it themselves, because your one main summon a turn is going to be Lapse, and so you're going to use your additional summons from Deidai and Ryozai to get some additional monsters on board. Deity is 7 treasure, Ryozai. If you have a monster with 2700 defense or Ship 7 treasure engraved, you can summon it. While it's face up level 7 monsters and face down mono drop cards can't be destroyed by opponent card effects. So that's going to be your main way of protecting Lapis, main way of protecting Archangel, and all of your back row. Then, of course, with that, we do have our support cards, which is going to be Dicekey Ribbon. You can send this face-up card to the grave, summon a Dicekey Mekuru, which is going to be the level 1, which we'll get into in a second, or a light attribute monster that requires a die roll. So that would either be Archangel, Dicemite Girl Lapse, or a copy of Dice Angel, which is going to be very unlikely. 3 copies of Minna. When you have a face-up monster that requires a dice roll in the field, all face-up monsters gain 600 attack to the end of the turn. Then you can add a fairy with 300 attack, 1200 defense, which is going to be primarily your Camilla. There's nothing else in the deck they can realistically add. Camilla basically just stops battle traps for the turn while you control a level 7 or higher monster with a dice roll effect. Mekuru, one of the more recent cards, along with Ribbon and Lapse. Summon 1 card again in the grave, escalate the top 6, add a Dicekey Ribbon, which is going to be your primary card you add off this, or a monster with a die roll, which is going to be Archangel, Lapse, and Dice Angel. Snipe Hunter, send a number of cards to the hand to grave, roll 6-sided die equal number of times you discarded. Then destroy any number of cards in the field for any result that was not 1 or 6. Dice Archangel, don't need to read the effect, it is simply just a light fairy that has a die roll. 2 copies of Duncan's. You don't realistically use the effect. They are here for the Skysavior Wish, which you can place a fairy and a water warrior and engrave to the bottom of the deck, and then place a monster your opponent controls into the bottom of their deck. I was playing 2 copies of Wish, 3 copies of Duncan's. I didn't really care for Duncan's that much, so I put them down to 2, but I do feel comfortable with 1 Wish. 2 copies of Progress Potter, just for recycling. 1 Dice of Greed. Basically, you send 3 cards with the effect of die roll from your hand to the grave, roll 6 of them, 6-sided die, draw cards equal to result, which I gotta say, I've rolled 6 more than anything else. If it was 3 or lower, add 2 up to 2 Graceful Die or Skull Die from graveyard to hand, which is going to be Graceful Die. You're mostly going to be pitching this for cost off Mekuru or for, Dice of Greed, but, sometimes if you do have it in hand, you can use it to stack on top of Archangel. Ship 7 Treasure, pitch a monster, draw a card. If it was level 7, draw another card. 2 copies of Just the Cosmos, send up the 3 cards in the grave, and then destroy up to 2 cards in your opponent's field. Once again, more deep draw. Graceful Charity, deep draw, dump cards. 2 copies of Shiny Shady, your general interruption for the deck, and then 1 copy of Magic Cylinder. Ignore what the side deck has, I just forgot to remove it. Anyway guys, that is the profile. I hope you all enjoy the profile, and I hope you all will enjoy the rest of the video.